tapping sat a little feathered friend. Dear little Dicky bird on the window rapping messages he had to send. Soon I got the trend. A Dicky bird whispered, haven't you heard? Spring is here, spring is here, spring is here. A little crow sang a happy hello, my favourite time of the year. A little frog sang a song on his log, lose your blues, lose your blues, lose your blues. And you and I fell in love in reply on hearing the Dicky bird's news. If you have to look around to find a reason for such a wonderful thing, you can blame it on the sentimental season. Falling in love is done in the spring. The bobolink looked at us with a wink. At a boy, at a girl, nothing's wrong. When you're in love, you'll go swinging along, singing the Dicky bird song. Sang a cuckoo to the blue jay, who told the lark in the park, who responded, how'd you do and how'd you do, Jay? How would you like to go for a lark? The bobolink said, I think that I think winter's o'er, winter's o'er, winter's o'er. The Dicky bird said, I give you my word, it ain't gonna snow, it ain't gonna rain, it ain't gonna snow anymore. Good morning. It's Wednesday, the 25th of November, and I had a request to play Feed the Birds from Mary Poppins, but you don't need me to do Feed the Birds. You can picture Jane Darwell and hear Julie Andrews. You don't need me. So I had to think about what other avian songs we could explore, and I remembered a song my mum used to use in her dancing school, the Dicky Bird song. Kindly note Dicky with a Y, not I-E, if you go searching for it. It says here the film is called The Birds and the Bees, and that's what it was called in the UK. In the States, it was called Three Daring Daughters from 1948. And those of you who like a bit of Hollywood glamour, I would suggest it's worth looking up the 2-minute song on YouTube, because Mother, Jeanette MacDonald, is in bed, obviously not very well, so her 3 daring daughters come in to serenade her with the Dicky Bird song, and Jeanette is propped up on a bed of satin and silk, looking marvellous, hair immaculate, makeup immaculate, and as the girls start singing to her, she can't help but join in with a coloratura obligato. She's the best advert for ill health you ever did see. She was, of course, in a movie produced by Joe Pasternak. Joe Pasternak at MGM used to love to put bits of classical music in his films, so her love interest in this film is Jose Iturbi, the pianist. Pasternak loved to have either Jose Iturbi playing a bit of Liszt or have Catherine Grayson singing an operatic aria mixed in with the pop songs. He liked to kind of take culture in a gentle way to the great American public. Anyway, here we are, Dicky Bird song, music by Sammy Fain. Sammy Fain, who you know for writing Love is a Many Splendid Thing, but most particularly all those wonderful songs in Calamity Jane, but here paired, unusually I think, with lyricist Howard Dietz. Howard Dietz, of course, when he wasn't being a lyricist, was head of publicity at MGM, so he was to hand, but we know him most famously as writing with his partner Arthur Schwartz for all those wonderful songs in The Bandwagon. Anyway, that's the Dicky Bird song. Rather sweetly, in the film, Jeanette MacDonald wants to divorce her absentee husband in order to marry Jose Iturbi. and the film was declared by the Catholic League of Decency for Film morally objectionable in part or all, for it tended to justify as well as accept the respectability of divorce. So there's a caution, only look at this film if you're willing to be morally perturbed. Anyway, so I was wondering what other avian songs I could play for you, and there are, of course, a mass to choose from. Lyricists, I think, love the idea of a bird as a symbol of freedom and all that flight represents. So there's everything from Gilbert and Sullivan's terse little bird that sings Willow, tit, willow, tit, willow in the Mikado, through to Stephen Schwartz's Meadowlark, who goes on at rather greater length. Anyway, I've decided to play you two little songs from the 1920s, and I'll catch up with you at the end. Whip-poor-will, I used to love to hear you call to me. Whip-poor-will, I know he meant the world and all to me. When the sun had gone to rest, I could hear you from your nest. Whip-poor-will, you used to whisper tenderly. And when the moon would swing across the branches of the trees above, you would sing a plaintive little melody of love. Now though you're no longer near, in my dreams I still can hear whip-poor-will ever calling to me. I'm a little jazz bird and I'm telling you to be one too. For a little jazz bird is in heaven when he's singing blue. I say it with regret, but you're out of date. You ain't heard nothing yet till you syncopate. When the going is rough, you will find your troubles all have flown. If you warble your stuff like the moaning of a saxophone, just try my recipe, and I'm sure you'll agree that a little jazz bird is the only kind of bird to be. Do you know what? I think I'm still transposing and I'm not supposed to be. Yes, a little jazz bird is the only kind of bird to be. Well, we nearly came off the rails, but hey-ho. So, what did we have there? We had Whip-poor-will from Sally, the musical that starred Marilyn Miller, produced by Florian Ziegfeld in 1920, with lyrics by Buddy Da Silva, of Da Silva, Brown and Henderson. But he also wrote with Gershwin. A whippoorwill is, of course, a nightjar. But we move on from Kern in 1920 to Gershwin in 1924. Lady Be Good, Little Jazz Bird, with lyrics, of course, by Ira Gershwin. If you remember, we had, when I did Singing in the Rain a week or two ago, I mentioned Ukulele Ike, who sang fascinating rhythm in Lady Be Good, but also premiered Little Jazz Bird. So if you've looked up that video of him singing in the Rain, you can now imagine him doing Little Jazz Bird and hopefully staying in the right key. And I will see you tomorrow.